Hey riders, welcome back. Today we're breaking down the top 6 alternatives to Harley Davidson, bikes that deliver that cruiser feel without the heavy price tag. We're talking real performance, solid comfort, and genuine street presence. Let's get into it. Number 1. Royal Enfield Meteor 350. This one has become a go-to cruiser for riders who want that classic low-slung style without spending big. It runs a 349 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine producing around 20 horsepower and 27 newton meters of torque. On the road it feels relaxed and easy to manage. Not a performance machine, but that's not the point. The power delivery is smooth and predictable, which makes city riding genuinely enjoyable. Seat height sits at 765 millimeters, accessible for most riders, and the wide handlebar gives a comfortable upright posture even on longer stretches. The Tripper navigation pod is a nice touch for the price. Build quality has improved noticeably over recent years, and it holds its own against bikes costing significantly more. Priced around the $2,500 to $3,000 range depending on variant and location, it's hard to argue against the value here. Number 2. Honda Shadow Phantom 750. If you want genuine Harley DNA without the Harley price, the Shadow Phantom is worth a serious look. It runs a 745 cubic centimeters V-twin engine, putting out around 45 horsepower with 63 newton meters of torque, enough to feel satisfying on highways without ever feeling overwhelming. The blacked-out styling gives it a clean, aggressive look that turns heads without being flashy. Seat height is 690 millimeters, making it one of the more accessible cruisers for shorter riders. Suspension is tuned soft, so it absorbs road imperfections well on longer rides. Honda reliability is the real selling point here. This engine is proven over decades and maintenance costs stay low. Fuel efficiency is decent for a 750, averaging around 20 kilometers per liter in mixed conditions. You're looking at roughly $4,500 to $5,500 depending on condition and market, which for a V-twin cruiser of this quality is genuinely competitive. Number 3. Kawasaki Vulcan S650. The Vulcan S does something most cruisers don't. It actually adjusts to fit the rider. Kawasaki built in their ErgoFit system, letting you swap handlebars, seat, and foot peg positions to match your body. That alone makes it stand out. Power comes from a 649 cubic centimeters parallel twin borrowed from the Ninja 650, producing around 61 horsepower and 63 newton meters of torque. That engine is smooth, responsive, and genuinely fun to ride. It pulls well from low RPM and stays composed at motorway speeds without buzzing your hands numb. Seat height starts at 705 millimeters, but can be adjusted lower, which shorter riders will appreciate. The riding position is relaxed without feeling lazy. It handles better than most cruisers in its class thanks to that sporty engine foundation underneath. Priced around $5,000 to $6,000. Number 4. Bajaj Avenger Street 160. This one is strictly for riders who want the cruiser experience at the lowest possible entry point. The Avenger Street 160 runs a 160 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine producing around 15 horsepower and 13.5 newton meters of torque. Numbers on paper look modest, but in real-world city conditions it handles daily commuting without complaint. The long, low stance gives it a proper cruiser silhouette that punches well above its displacement. Seat height is just 735 millimeters, and the stretched-out riding position keeps fatigue low on shorter rides around town. It is not a highway machine, but for urban environments and weekend neighborhood riding it delivers exactly what budget riders need. Fuel efficiency is excellent, easily returning 40 kilometers per liter, which keeps running costs minimal. Build quality is solid for the segment, and Bajaj service networks are widely available across most markets. Priced around $2,000 to $2,500. Number 5. Suzuki Boulevard S4650. The Boulevard S40 is one of those bikes that quietly does everything right without demanding attention. It carries a 652 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine producing around 31 horsepower and 52 newton meters of torque. Single-cylinder at this displacement means strong low-end pull and a thumpy character that cruiser riders genuinely enjoy. It is not fast, but it feels meaty and satisfying in a way that numbers alone don't capture. The bike is lightweight for a 650, sitting around 182 kilograms, which makes it easy to maneuver in parking lots and tight city streets. Seat height is 705 millimeters, and the relaxed forward foot position keeps the riding posture natural on longer rides. Suzuki kept the design simple and clean, no unnecessary bodywork, just honest cruiser lines that age well. Reliability is bulletproof and parts are easy to find. For newer riders stepping up from smaller bikes, this is a comfortable progression. Priced around $4,500 to $5,500. Number 6. Yamaha V-Star 250. The V-Star 250 is the perfect closing pick for this list because it targets a very specific rider, someone who wants real cruiser style at an almost unbeatable price. It runs a 249 cubic centimeters V-twin, which is rare at this displacement and gives it a character most 250s simply don't have. Output sits around 21 horsepower and 20 newton meters of torque, modest but perfectly adequate for city streets and relaxed weekend rides. The V-twin configuration means it sounds and feels more like a proper cruiser than a beginner commuter. Seat height is 685 millimeters, one of the lowest on this list, making it genuinely comfortable for shorter riders to flat foot confidently. Weight is just 154 kilograms, so it never feels intimidating to handle. The classic teardrop tank and wide fenders give it authentic cruiser proportions despite the small engine. Running costs are minimal and insurance tends to stay low in this displacement bracket. Priced around $2,000 to $3,000, it is an honest, capable, and stylish entry point into cruiser riding. So those were the top 6 alternatives to Harley Davidson. Each one brings that cruiser character to the table without pushing your budget to the limit. Whether you are just starting out or simply want a reliable, everyday ride with real street presence, there is something on this list for you. If this helped, consider subscribing. See you next time.